We usually point the finger at Peter and Lois for being the masterminds of chaos, but let's be real. The Griffin kids are absolute menaces in their own right. Left to their own devices, Meg, Chris, and Stewie have proven they can be just as unhinged, if not worse, than the adults.
Oh boy! Hey Brian, look! Brian's sick! Mom, get your keys!
These episodes prove the kids cross the line and turn straight up terrifying. And that's exactly what we're breaking down today. Let's start the show. Finding the literal girl of your dreams sounds perfect, right up until you realize her idea of a fun date involves global terror and trying to unalive your best friend. Welcome to Season 10, Episode 19, Mr. and Mrs. Stewie. The local park is where it kicks off, with Stewie getting pushed around by a selfish kid who refuses to share his toys. And that's when his luck flips entirely. An angelic-voiced little girl named Penelope walks up, introduces herself by handing the bully a piece of superglue taffy, and the two of them happily watch the kid meet his end, right there on the playground.
Don't push.
Stewie has never fallen this fast in his life.
What? That's how they do it in Europe. Now get out of here. Go sit in the car and agree with yourself while you listen to NPR.
The two bond instantly over completely normal kid stuff. Things like role-playing as a bitterly divorced couple, reading up on notorious criminals, and comparing the size of their underground weapons rooms.
Oh my God, you've got a weapons room too? And look at the size of it, it's amazing!
But the moment Stewie knows she's his soulmate is when Penelope casually admits she permanently removed her own mother from the picture. Combining their sociopathic brains sends this toddler duo on a full global rampage.
I've never said this to anyone before, but I feel like I may have finally found, in you, my one true soulmate.
They blow up the Great Wall of China, level the Eiffel Tower, and wipe out Copenhagen with a tidal wave, purely for fun. Brian, naturally, clocks Penelope as a terrible influence and warns Stewie to cut ties before things go too far.
Stewie, Penelope is taking you down a dark path. But this girl, she just creates chaos for the sake of chaos.
And when Stewie passes that warning along, Penelope hits him with the ultimate test. If he really loves her, Brian has to go.
Then swear on that love that you'll do what I ask.
Just name it.
Kill Brian for me.
Stewie tries to follow through, sneaking up on his dog with a sledgehammer and some sketchy chemicals. But in the end, he just can't bring himself to do it.
Ah, Stewie, so did you do it? Have you removed that wretched cur from our existence?
I just couldn't bring myself to kill him, Penelope.
Penelope, unimpressed by that weakness, decides to finish the job herself and mails an actual bomb straight to the Griffin's front door.
Stewie, what the hell is going on?
I'm so sorry, Brian. Penelope told me I had to because you said we should break up.
Brian tries handling it alone, but Stewie jumps in to protect him, and what follows is a full-blown shootout on the lawn, involving laser guns, anti-gravity rays, and, somehow, bubbles. The fight spills across town and onto a moving flatbed truck, where two toddlers go hand-to-hand with literal knife shoes strapped to their feet. Stewie finally pins her down, and that's when Penelope pulls off the ultimate power move. She kisses him, distracts him completely, and launches him right off the back of the truck. She gets away clean, leaving Stewie heartbroken, alone, and weirdly impressed despite himself.
That was beautiful. I'm gonna tell my friends I banged her.
A crush so intense it leads to baking a pie with your own hair and tying the guy to a motel chair sounds made up. But that's exactly Season 5, Episode 8, Barely Legal. Meg starts the episode completely inconsolable over having no date for junior prom.
How was school?
It's horrible! There's a dance Friday night and no one wants to go with me.
And it gets so bad that her backup date unalives his own brother just to avoid taking her. Desperate enough to threaten self-harm, she manages to guilt Brian into stepping up and offering to take her himself.
Brian, I present to you your polished turd for the evening.
How do I look, Brian?
You sure do, Meg.
Brian shows up to prom mainly trying to survive the night, numbing himself with heavy drinks, but everything changes when Meg's bully Connie starts picking her and Brian fires back, roasting Connie so badly she runs off in tears.
Brian, that was amazing. No one's ever stood up for me like that.
Nobody has ever defended Meg like that before, and she responds with a massive hug followed by a kiss that lands far outside the friend zone. Brian knows instantly he's made a mistake. The next morning brings an overly affectionate text from Meg, and Brian tries brushing the kiss off as a drunken accident that meant nothing.
Look, it's not that big a deal, all right? We just made out a little. Tell me about it.
But the damage is already done. Meg starts introducing him to her friends at the mall as her new boyfriend. And even after Brian sits her down and spells out, in no uncertain terms, that nothing is happening between them.
I like you. I think you're great, but what happened at the dance was... that kiss was just a mistake.
Oh no, did I do something wrong?
Her intrusive thoughts take over completely. Days later, she shows up with a peace offering pie made of apples, cinnamon, and, disturbingly, her own hair.
Do you feel me, Brian? Do you feel me inside of you?
Brian, thoroughly disturbed, brings the situation straight to Lois, and when he heads up to Meg's room to talk sense into her, he finds a full pagan-level shrine built entirely in his honor.
What the hell?
I made that for you, Brian.
Meg!
Realizing subtlety clearly isn't working, and Meg snaps entirely. She knocks Brian unconscious, drags him to a motel room, and ties him to a chair surrounded by fire hazard candles for what she calls a romantic night. A wild B-plot saves the day at the exact same time. Mayor Adam West has accidentally shipped the entire Quahog police force off to Cartagena, Colombia, leaving Peter and his friends deputized as temporary cops. Lois sends them after Meg, they kick down the hotel door just in time, and surprisingly, it's Quagmire who talks her down with a genuinely compassionate heart-to-heart that finally gets Brian released.
Thanks, Mr. Quagmire.
Oh, you don't have to thank me. Now get on out of here, you little scamp.
Dreading community service so much that you turn to robbing the elderly sounds bad enough on its own, but wait until you hear what Chris accidentally does to a priceless antique urn. Welcome to Season 12, Episode 13, The Heartbreak Dog. Meg's class gets assigned mandatory community service hours to start the episode.
Before I start, are these the normal kids or kind of the grr ones?
It's a healthy mix.
And because she asks one too many annoying questions, the principal sticks her with the local nursing home as punishment. Day one puts her in the room of an elderly woman named Mrs. Parker, and Meg hates the job almost instantly.
Come in, and between you and me, I hate my new student volunteer. That ugly little Meg.
Stuck filing toenails and getting yelled at, she opens a drawer hunting for itch cream and finds a gold brooch instead, and that's when she makes the call to just pocket it. Shock over actually doing it fades fast once Meg considers how badly she's treated there, and any guilt evaporates the moment she texts a photo of her stolen goods to her creepy older best friend. A real treasure trove of vintage trinkets piles up over time. One Chris eventually stumbles onto in her room, and rather than deny anything, Meg admits to all of it on the spot. Chris somehow wants in, and just like that, the ultimate brother-sister crime duo is born.
Do I look like I stole Atomic Secrets?
You do!
Wow, this is awesome. I want in.
Meg picks an untouched residence room for their next job, and Chris handles the distraction in classic Chris fashion, dressing up as an angel, convincing the elderly tenant she's died, and leading her into the closet under the promise it's heaven.
Hi, you died, and I'm here to take you to heaven. Upsy daisy, here we go.
With her out of the way, the siblings ransack the entire room together. Back home, surrounded by a stuffed-to-the-brim treasure hoard of antiques, the two are loving the criminal life right up until Chris realizes what he's been emptying his pipe into, an actual antique urn.
Oh my god, what are we doing?
I feel awful. We need to give everything back.
That's the moment it hits them both that they may have gone too far, and despite genuinely enjoying their new hobby, guilt wins out, and they decide everything needs to go back. Under cover of night, Meg and Chris wheel the entire stash back into the retirement home, hoping to disappear without a trace, but the same residents they robbed catch them red-handed before they can slip away.
Look at you two, stealing from the elderly. You're worse than that Juliette Lewis who makes out with dogs.
Meg begs for forgiveness and hopes for a clean slate, but Mrs. Parker threatens the police instead, and just as the teens start panicking about jail time, she offers a different punishment entirely, forcing them to hang out with the residents every single day after school.
Feed me pudding while I grip your wrist in terror. This isn't my house.
Wanting to be popular badly enough to lock your own baby brother in a dark, smelly bag for a week marks a brand new low, even for Chris. Welcome to Season 12, Episode 15, Secondhand Spoke. Bullies relentlessly pick on Chris at school to open the episode, and watching his older brother freeze up.
Oh my god, poor Chris. He's a social outcast like Scarface.
Stewie decides to step in himself. He climbs into Chris's backpack to secretly whisper savage comebacks in his ear.
Here, put me on your back and repeat what I say.
Quick, here they come!
Acting as a kind of insult, Yoda feeding him brutal lines that crack everyone up, and Chris's verbal takedown peaks when he defends Neil by exposing the bully's own gross issues, sending them running.
Wow, Stewie, we're gonna work perfectly together, like Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
That confidence wins Chris a cute girl's phone number almost immediately, and things snowball further at a school assembly when that same girl nominates him for student body president to a crowd that cheers in full agreement. The popularity goes straight to his head from there. The next morning, Chris asks Stewie for another round of feeding him lines, but Stewie tells him he's taught him everything he can and it's time to fly solo, and that's when panic sets in. Terrified his presidential chances are about to collapse, Chris snaps, kidnaps his own brother, and locks him in the backpack by force.
Let me out! You can't keep me in here forever! I have too many plans for the future! I'll never win a Nobel Prize! I'll never be a member of Parliament!
5 straight days pass with Stewie trapped inside, unable to escape or even properly use the bathroom, and the smell alone is something nobody wants to think too hard about. One bathroom break gives him a shot at a blind escape attempt, but with zero light to work with, he crashes immediately. Everything comes to a head right before the election. Stewie refuses to feed him any more lines, so Chris threatens to keep him locked up forever, and hearing his own brother turn into exactly the kind of monster he despises is what finally breaks through to Stewie, who only ever wanted to help in the first place.
I tried to be a good brother, and you repaid me with abuse. You're the bully, Chris Griffin.
Guilt finally catches up to Chris once he realizes he's become the very bully he used to hate. He lets Stewie out of the backpack for good and drops out of the race entirely. It's a mostly happy ending, sure, but it still proves Chris can turn into a real menace the moment popularity is on the line.
I'm sorry, Stewie. Can you forgive me?
I may no longer be on your back, but I'll always be on your side.